Hey, how's it going? This is Nowhere Bound. This is exciting. I just got a shipment back. This is the last economy shipment I sent out right before the deadline, so I saved $2 per copy of getting these slabbed at CGC. So I've got two friends that submitted comics through me. Helped them out, did a little pressing. Hopefully they came out pretty good. I've also looked at the grades so that I could tell the friends how they did, and they came out about what I expected, so that's good. I also have a little extra thing here to open, so I thought I'd just do that. As we're heading into the weekend here, here we go. I'm gonna just quick do this. This little guy, just ordered this off eBay. Let's see what we got here. It's a little small for a comic, so let's see what we have here. Okay. Ooh, all right. It's in here somewhere. There it is. This is a space helmet. If I can get it out of here. There it comes. Cool. So this went to an action figure, obviously. Can you guess which action figure? It has a little visor, a little yellow visor. Very cool. That's an original one there. Yeah. Made by, I believe, Hasbro. This is a action figure I had when I was a kid. And my LCS recently had a big box of stuff that they were still pricing, and I went through it and I saw this figure. And this is Major Matt Mason started in 1966, went into the 70s. It's just a rubber figure that had wire armature. And what happens a lot with these old, they're pretty old figures, is the wires break. So this guy, I'm gonna try to repair. I've seen some tutorials online about adding the wire back in. So I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna try to get his legs so that they can actually bend and stuff in his arms, so they're not just sticking out like that. But this was like way cheap at my LCS, so I grabbed it. Kind of cool to have. So also, it didn't have the helmet. It did have this cool jetpack, which is kind of neat because it's actually working, which a lot of these aren't working. It has this string that runs through it, which I still have to figure out how to tie up the string so it's not like sticking out all over when you have him on his back. This goes on his back. It's like a jetpack, and it does this crazy. Yeah. So that's that thing, but these things by themselves can sell for like 30 to 40 bucks online. So I definitely got a deal on this guy. But so I'm gonna put new wires in him, get him so that he's like, functional. His head turns, and then the helmet fits right on here. Cool. Let's get him forward. There we go. So yeah. So the helmet fits just snugly right on there. But it's kind of nice to have that with it, so I ordered that separately. So now I have a complete Major Matt Mason. Then there was like 3 or 4 other guys that had different colored uniforms, and the rubber, after a while, it starts to wear off the outer layer here. But yeah, this is started in '66 by Hasbro. And really cool old figure to have. So that's that, just a helmet right there. But then I got some pre-1975 books here. Let's take a look. Here we go. Fast forward this opening. Here we go. Woo! All right, so I got books from 2 friends in here as well. And I'm just gonna grab the first one and see which one it is. Oh, this is my friend Tanner's book. This is a classic. It's a low grade, and we knew it was a low grade, but it was warped from water damage. It's Hawkman 4. A lot of you know the significance. That's the first appearance of Zatanna. Got a 2.5. First appearance and origin of Zatanna. Looks pretty good, actually, for a 2.5. It definitely has some water damage there, you can see. But we got it looking more presentable for encasing. And he just wants to keep this in his collection. He's going to have a display with this. So that's very cool. Cool to have. Still a pretty valuable book and pretty rare, actually. There's only like 1,500 of these. From what year is it again? 1964, yeah. So pretty old. Classic cover. Yeah. Hawkman, number 4. So that's the first one. Love it. And let's see here. This next one. And this one is from my friend Ted, or Theo. He's known by both names. This is cool. This is Tales of Suspense 40. Got a 3.0. Second appearance of Iron Man. How cool is that? Yeah. He's fighting this crazy caveman guy who's actually an alien robot. So you got that going. But very cool. Yeah, that looks really nice. Yeah. All right. I'd have to ask about this. This case is a little bit shows a little bit of wear. I'll have to ask about that. But there it is. Very cool. Let's see the next one. Oh, so my friend Ted also has this. This is another rare book. There's only like, I don't know how many there are. I forget, but it's in the hundreds, I think, of this book. 1957. Hot Stuff number 1. Was recently homaged, I believe. I forget who did that, but yeah, pretty cool to have. And it's a 3.5. We got it looking a little bit better. It definitely has some tanning. But how cool is that? Harvey Publications, home of Richie Rich, Casper the Ghost, you know, Little Lotta, Little Dot. So yeah, they sold a lot of comics. Richie Rich was like the top comic in the early 70s, I think. So very cool. But glad to get that for Ted. All right, so I think these ones might be all mine. I'm not sure. Let's see, the first one. Oh no, this one's Ted's as well. So Scooby-Doo 1 is really rare. This is Scooby-Doo 2, which is also really rare. It's actually rarer than Scooby-Doo 1 and graded. I think there's less than 200 or something graded of Scooby-Doo 2. I mean, maybe a lot of people don't think that they should get it graded, but it's also the first cover appearance of Velma. She doesn't show up on the cover of number 1, so hey. And there's a pirate, come on. So very cool, 5.0. I think that's a nice grade for this because kids rip these up, as I've said before, back in the day. So 1970, yeah, very cool. So he'll be happy with that. And then these ones are all mine. Okay. So the first one, this was kind of a heartbreak for me. I didn't realize, you know, and this isn't terrible, but it got a conserved grade, Star Trek 1. It says that the staples were replaced. I don't know how they could tell that, but so anyway, 3.5 conserved. I knew it was probably going to be a 3.5 because when I was cleaning it, at least it was my own comic, I accidentally tore the back cover. There's a small cut. You can't even really see it, but it's, yeah, right there. There's a 2-inch tear. Not good. I was, don't clean comic books at like 3 a.m. You know, it's not a good time for anything really, for doing precision work. So, but anyway, I'm still really happy to get this graded. Star Trek 1. This book has actually weathered the lower prices storm very well. So even in a 3.5, and it's conserved, not restored. So that's kind of nice. Still a great book. It cleaned up really nice. Cover looks great, so really happy with that. So, all right, let's see what else we got here. And this one, oh, sweet. So this is Daredevil, number 8, 7.0. It was advertised as 7.0, and I was hoping to maybe bump it, but it did have a light staining, so I wasn't too hopeful, but at least it was billed as a 7.0. You know, often they oversell the comic. You know, it was an eBay purchase. They usually say it's like, you know, a grade above what it really is, or 2. So this one actually came out a 7.0. So after a clean and press, so I'm really happy with that. This is the first Silver Age book I ever bought. If you've seen earlier videos from me, I mentioned that. And so here's my original book, very low grade. I think I bought it for $8 at Schindler's in Minneapolis long ago. R.I.P. Schindler's. So, but now I have a nice graded version in a little bit higher grade. A little bit. This one's probably a 2.5, maybe. So yeah, very cool. But I still love this one. So now I can look through this if I want, and I still have a nice graded version of it, which Wally Wood, come on, looking good. So very nice book. Great to have a Silver Age book and anything over a 5.0 is actually really good. So yeah, for me, that's huge. So there's that one. Let's see. And the next one. Oh boy, we're getting into some fun here. This one I found at my LCS for a very good price. So I picked it up. And this is Fantastic Four. Number 18, first appearance of the Super Skrulls, second appearance of the Skrulls. So, yeah, this got a 4.0. The cover to me looked really good, but unfortunately, it has this little chomp out of the upper corner on the back cover. I'm glad it's the back cover though, so at least it's it presents way better than a 4.0 on the front, but I don't know. I was hoping it might still get like a 5.0, but maybe I guess I was dreaming. So I don't know. There's not much I guess there is a little wear around the staples. There is more spine ticks than I remember. So, but it looks really good. A great book to have. Yeah, very cool. So that's one of my earliest Fantastic Fours too. And then that last one is another Fantastic Four, and I'm very happy with what I got for a grade here, and this is what I expected. I hoped 4.0 on Fantastic Four 49. I bought a low grade, probably too early. This is my goal book of last year, so I bought it just as prices were starting to come down, and I paid probably too much because, yeah, I could have waited a few months and done better, but luckily my LCS again had a copy as well later, and I bought this for well under the fair market value. So I can page through this if I ever want, and then I still have this. So that's the best. Got one for display, but this one, you know, considering the grade, the cover looks really good. There's no big chomps out of it or anything. So really happy. This was, yeah, the 2022 goal book. So to get it graded, it's like, yeah, one of the greatest covers too. So very happy. And that will do it. That's all I got. Thanks.